Hey, good morning YouTube. It's Sunday morning. Yesterday, Saturday, let's see, I got back from Yosemite on Friday, and Saturday I spent the day cutting grass and raking leaves and tending to the garden and all kinds of earthy earth stuff all day long. Today, Sunday, is going to be a fix-it day because I've got all these projects piling up. I need to get these broken projects out of the way. The job I did just before I went up to that Yosemite cabin, I'll insert the slideshow right now of how it came out.
So I get this call from a probate attorney saying that they need this house cleaned up. It's been locked up in probate for over a year and it looks like garbage. Neighbors have been complaining, lawn is dead, super overgrown. So I come in with my tools and I build a fence. Actually, the fence was partially built, it had just been started. They had a few posts in the ground, so I just continued on. As long as I keep it to a height that doesn't block the sight line of the drivers, because it's on a corner, everybody's happy. So I finished building the fence. That's where that broken compressor came into play. And I had to haul in all my own electricity and gas-powered stuff because there's no power to the house. After I got done chopping back all the vegetation around the house, I exposed that there was a house back underneath there. Loaded up, jumped up and down on my trailer. Here's my trailer here. It's about 1,500 pounds of green waste that I chopped out of this place. Pretty sweet. That AC Delco made in China clutch didn't even hesitate. You can see the walkway here is sunken in. So what do? You get a hammer and you start breaking it out. 3,380 pounds worth of concrete breaking it out with a sledgehammer and a wheelbarrow. Out it comes. And once again, the little AC Delco made in China clutch, not a problem. Took me right to the dump and back. The only problem was that it's not a dump trailer and I had to pull everything out of there by hand. Now we're going with the Heavenly Green artificial turf, which requires me to dig down about 3 inches they wanted so they could put drain rock and sand and whatnot to help that carpet, I guess, whatever you want to call it, drain. And then we were going to get fancy with the walkway since we're in a fancy neighborhood with fancy people who drive with their pinkies up in their fancy cars. All the city cares about, as long as the walkway is 3 feet wide at its minimum width, they're happy. We could make them walk around in circles if we wanted. So I laid about a 3-inch bed of concrete, set this flagstone chips in the mortar, and this is what we're left with. I did seal the stone. I put a stone sealer on prior to grouting because it just makes cleanup so much better. This is the stone sealer on, and then we're going to come and grout it. There's the grout. The grout did leave a haze on there, so I came back with what's called a stone enhancer or a color enhancer, and it brought the color of that flagstone right back out. Here's a before, sprayed or rolled on the color enhancer, and whoop-ah, we have color once again. Pretty cool. So I power washed the house and got my old Binks airless and I sprayed it out, and this is what we're left with. Look at that. Put a coat of paint on the house, and the Heavenly Greens folks came in and they did a really nice job. Got a new garage door put in because the old one was just rotten beyond repair. And that's what we're left with. 5 days start to finish. And the next day after I finished this, I loaded up my truck and I headed up to Yosemite. So now we've got to fix stuff.
So while the project came out pretty damn cool, and I'm really happy with the before and after shots of that property, I came home with 2 dead pieces or broken pieces of equipment. This is a 1971 Rotoho, 4 Seasons Rotoho rear mounted tiller. It's got a 5-horse motor engine on it that now currently has low compression. And you know, there's only 3 things that make these things run. You got to have fuel, compression, and spark. Now I got strong spark and I was getting crap in the fuel, so I put a new, this is called one of those Pulsajet carburetors. Well, it's not new, but it's a Pulsajet carburetor. And so I put a new diaphragm in there and I cleaned the tank, and it was running better, but it's still really hard to start. So I did a compression check on it and it's down to 50. So that's no bueno. Shot some oil into the cylinder to see if it was a ring issue. The compression did not come up, so I got a valve issue on that thing. So I'm gonna take that apart probably today to see what I can do. If I could just lap the valves. This is a neat machine. This thing will drag me across the yard for being a little 5-horse. I bought it off of Craigslist about 9 years ago for 20 bucks, not running. Clean the points, gap the coil, and it runs like a champ. And then, secondly today, we're going to fix the compressor. This thing's beat to shit, but it's it still runs like a champ. And then I noticed it was really moving around quite a bit, and I don't know how well you can see that, but there's cracks along the top of this engine mount here. So I'm going to grind this out, fill that with weld, and then run some gussets or something here to keep that from happening. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but oh, look at that, it's the sawmill. Yeah, so likely we'll make these a couple different videos. I didn't take video of this, I did this already this morning. These are the hubs from the lawn tractor up at the ranch. I blew the bearings out last December when I was cutting grass, or I think it was November, and it was shooting sparks from underneath the deck. And you know, when you're cutting dry grass, you really don't want sparks shooting out of there. One of these bearings had failed, so through the power of an auction-based website, I was able to acquire some pretty fairly priced bearings. There's 4 total, and so, well, that sucked. They work better when they're not bent. Anyhow, so yeah, I already did this morning. That's easy breezy. Next time I head up to the ranch, I'll put these bad boys back on, and they will be ready to go. So yeah, so that's that. So those are good for today. I got that going, and I think I'm going to break this up. Thanks for watching the video on the little facelift I did on that house that's locked up in probate. Let me know what you think of that. That artificial grass looks pretty nice. We'll see how long it lasts, but this way they don't have to do any maintenance on it, and it could be quite a while before that house comes out of probate and they get it sorted out. But this will keep the neighbors happy. Yeah, neighbors happy. Got to keep your neighbors happy, I suppose. All right, thanks for watching.